Hello, I'm Areima, and this is Hammerwatch 2. We are continuing our playthrough, sort of. If you have been following my playthrough so far, you'll notice that I am a different class now. I did a whole bunch of guides over the weekend. That's not really guides, they were just kind of like things to show people the other classes. And whenever I tried Ranger, I was shocked and surprised at how interesting Ranger was, and that it's kind of a better lightning class than what I already had going. Um, so I'm just going to do a quick overview of what our build is right now. We have basically a ranger mage build. We're focusing heavily on entangle and enchanted arrows. Entangle is this thing that I put on the ground, and they take tons of damage when they're in there. And then enchanted arrows, we can get kind of this building up charge at the bottom of the screen here, and then we can release arrows for a whole bunch. And I got lucky early on and got this hood that gives me mana on tail. We're pretty much caught up to where our wizard was, except for one detail. This time, because of doing those guides, I am now aware of the fact that you can buy keys. If you remember last time, we were really struggling with figuring out keys, and it's because you can buy them. And on top of buying them, there was a door to the left here that required a gold key. So we have this whole area of this dungeon that we haven't explored. And as soon as I opened it, I'm like, I should explore this on camera. So I cleared out these first two rooms and then went back to do the rest on camera here. So we haven't really explored much of this yet. I don't even know where this goes. I think this might go up to the tower. No, this goes to the sewers below. Interesting. But yeah, so the ranger has some couple things going for him. One, if I attack at the same time as them, I can literally, let me see if I can. You hear that little ting? Yeah, I can parry shots, on top of actually being a pretty interesting mage themselves. This very small encounter in a small room kind of sucks, but on top of being a pretty interesting spellcaster themselves, they have a lot more skill and interesting stuff going for them. So after I played it, I was just like, well, this channel is first and foremost kind of about me and things that I want to do, and I want to be very faithful to myself. If I looked at Ranger and went, I really want to play it, and then continue to play Wizard anyways. So I decided to make a decision on that one and just go with switching to Ranger. So, sorry if anyone really, really wanted to see Wizard gameplay. Guess that's a good reason to pick up the game. Do so on Steam. I know that's a incredible cop-out, but like, kind of have to do what makes me happy too. So, but we should. I don't. Now that I've tried all the classes, I can pretty much guarantee you. And not even pretty much. I can guarantee you that we're going to be finished the rest of the game on Ranger here. I find Ranger to be really, really interesting. And with some of the perks that I'm going to be getting later, I think it'll just remain interesting. One other quick thing that Ranger has that you might see happening is that I get bark skin over time for not taking damage. And I just recently unlocked a secondary part of bark skin that says when I do take HP damage and I have bark skin up, I get double HP regen for a few seconds. It's not a lot, but it kind of mitigates. If I survive the blow, it kind of mitigates the effects of the blow a little bit. Ooh. But I do have way less damage than the wizard, which is not only to be expected, but is a sign of good balance. Oh, and then our arrows pierce a couple enemies. A couple enemies stick, I should say. Like, of course, I'm going to be lighting out the torches. That wouldn't be me if I didn't. If someone sees that I missed a torch, you can leave it in the comments, and I don't know. You win an internet reward, and I'll go back and do it. I won't probably do it on stream, but I will probably go back and do it. I'm not OCD, but I'm also not going to leave a torch unlit. So yeah, I don't know if this place is part of any sort of main storyline. I had to use a gold key to get in. Oh wow, there's a lot of treasure there. I had to use a gold key to get in here, so I think this is actually just kind of like a side dungeon, and it's a big side dungeon too. I'm pretty excited for it. It does look like we've run into the edge of this part of this side dungeon, because I need a hook shot to get across there. And I don't see any breakable walls. Oh, someone pointed out to me that I can put a clock. Time and gold. There we go. Yeah, now I can see the time. I was checking my map a lot for the time during one of the daytimes earlier. I actually like to be able to see that. I also like to see how much gold I have as well. I am still going to be checking the map a lot, but for different reasons now. Because I'm lost, and because I really like maps. I love doing cartography and such in real life, and maps make me very, very happy. We're kind of down in the sewers here, so there's not going to be any torches to light. I do actually get a animal companion at this level as well, but whenever I tried it out in my test runs of the characters, it honestly didn't seem very good. I mean, it's probably good if you, like, invest in it heavily. But it's not one of those skills that seems like it would be good for a incidental, like, 1-point dip. And I'm already getting at the point in hard mode here where I feel like I have to really focus on doing good things. Oh, next time I see an opportunity to do it, I'll show you guys. But I also found out something really interesting that I think is one of the reasons why every class has a range attack, or at least part of the reason. There are some buttons that we could have been pressing this whole time. Yeah, so see that button on the wall there? I can press it with my arrow. So whenever you have buttons around corners and stuff like that, but there's something nearby where you can get to them, like the one in the pirate lair, which is where I did actually go back and press the button in the pirate lair whenever I was trying to get this character caught up, and that's how I found out about it. It means that you kind of do actually have like this ability to come on, pressing buttons, and not the right buttons. You have this ability to almost like puzzle find, solve some stuff, and I would imagine that without even knowing that you can press those buttons with a range attack, some of those puzzles you would just assume that you would eventually be able to do, and you wouldn't ever get to them. I don't have it yet, but eventually, this is another one of the reasons why I'm liking Ranger. Eventually, I'm actually going to have the ability to heal myself. So in between combat, I will be able to top myself off. Ooh, 2 of those is not good news. Even if I do parry it, oh, there's 3. Even if I do parry this poison arrow that they have here, it'll still poison me. Every time you hear the shing, is actually me parrying something. Yeah, so there's a button in there, it looks like. But I would have to be here. So what I have to do is probably this bridge right here. I have to open this bridge, come over here and shoot this button, and then that button does something else. It's very interesting. This game has a lot of hidden depth to it, and I'm honestly... There was a point in time where I was undecided about this game. I was undecided on whether I liked it or not, over like Hammerwatch Heroes and Hammerwatch 1. That time is gone. I am 100% all for this game now. See, look, I can miss that button. Come on. Can I not get that one? Oh, I'm an idiot. I can literally walk. Oh my gosh. It's interesting that there's 2 shortcuts to the same area right next to each other. Yes, I did see the stairs. I am going to try and finish going this way first. Although I should check to see where those stairs go before I get too far away. I also have, I just remembered, I also have some crit chance whenever I dodge. I don't like these things because even if you do kill them in melee, sometimes they grab you anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna... Oop, push there. I am going to go ahead and head down there just to check what it is. Like what part of the world it takes me to, and then I might come back right up. Sewers below. Oh, this is the backside of an area I was in just a moment ago. Interesting. All of this would arguably be easier to do with the hookshot, which is in the tower above me, but I'm far too curious to wait. With my slow, these choke points is when I get the strongest here. I also have this technique that I found where I can dodge and attack at the same time, and it kind of yeets me really far. Okay, we'll take a moment to level. Yeah, so we have mostly dexterity and intelligence, and strength is kind of a dump stat afterthought. We are going to grab this though, because it technically makes our arrows better, and it's just kind of a nice passive. Or maybe that. We don't want to level this up anymore because at this point it is just getting more mana cost. Actually, we can level this up because it gets extra damage without increasing the mana cost. And that makes my decision very easy right now. I hope you all agree with me that Ranger is really interesting. It's got a lot going on for it. Instead of just being the dedicated range combat of the mage, you kind of can approach in a lot of different ways. These enemies, because of their poison, I'm going to be fighting primarily from range. So it won't seem all that different for a moment, but like, I will assure you, whenever I'm fighting other enemies that don't, you know, cause incredible amounts of damage via poison, I actually have been relying on my melee a lot more. That's a switch. Interesting. So that means that there's some part of this puzzle that will require the water to come back? No, I just can't flip the water back again. Which is interesting because, like, why make it a switch? Every other time that we flipped the water, it's been... been like a big button on the ground. For people who are longtime watchers of my channel, I hope you guys enjoyed the class previews that I put up this weekend. I actually spent a really long time doing them because each class I had to get to a point in the game where it was interesting to watch the class, because like I don't think anyone wants to watch me do the tutorial, you know, with each class. Plus, you could just do that yourself and, you know, you wouldn't really learn a whole ton about each class doing it. And I knew the game well enough that I could rush through the beginning parts of the game, especially because I was playing on easy, and get to the point where I had adept skills available to me really fast. But it's still... So my normal recording sessions are like 2 hours, plus time to do some other stuff alongside the recordings. And I spent 7 hours on that this weekend, and then uploaded them all in one day. It was a lot. So now I'm back up in the sewers. Oh, but there's a button over here that I haven't pressed. So that lowered all the water. Okay. Oh, I recognize this part of the sewers. This is the part of the sewers over near... This is over near the resistance base. You know, I should have grabbed the healing version of my field. Either that or take a more damaging version of it. Because there is a more damaging version. There's like a version that does a whole bunch of toxic. Oh, I can come here now. I also can come here now. And a silver door. Since we have the keys now. Ooh. I saw Scout's Bastard Sword of Freezing. Scales off of strength, which is okay. It is flat worse. We have this, which will eventually catch up with my current sword, because it scales off of dexterity. But my current sword has some extra stuff on it that is making it currently stronger. 2 attribute points. Oh, go ahead and put those into intelligence. We don't need a lot more intelligence than what we have right now, because, one thing to mention is that I have weapons. I do actually have swords that scale from dexterity, but my main hand and my offhand weapon is what scales my spell. It still scales off of weapon damage. Chance of arrows, piece to all offhand damage. Yeah, so it scales off of my offhand damage here, because it is an arrow, right? So the int is actually primarily for maximum mana and mana regen, and not so much for scaling. The other thing it's for is that, I'll show you in a second, I am actually wearing a whole bunch of robes to make up for the fact that I'm using a lot of mana. And I probably will wear a combination of robes and leather for most of the run as well. Okay, so we got a shortcut here. This shortcut leads us into this. Ooh, it looks like I have this vault area unlocked. Very nice. Oh, it's all like 1 gold though. Okay, never mind. And a tome of knowledge in the middle of it. Very happy to have that. That's like 4,000 experience. And then there's a button here. I pulled up that. Those are some tough enemies there. They actually got stuck on each other. Interesting. Yeah, what's going on here? That was weird. Yeah, this is a much harder part of the sewers here all of a sudden. Oh, this is dangerous. I might not want to be here right now. Yeah, that part of this whole thing I might have to come back to. But I do see that there's a silver door right there, and there's also a chest up here, so we're not done here yet. Quite yet. How do I get down? What's like... Yeah, how do I get down? I can probably walk... No, I can't walk under those. I can only walk under the ones that look like that, I think. Oh, they just cheat. Oh, there's a staircase there. They're so... Look at that. They're so hidden. Okay, well, that solves that. Call us Lightbringer for how much we're lighting up the sewers. Gotta get rid of these elites. Although I should probably consider falling back at some point here. Running out of freaking HP. So many freaking swarms of enemies. One big thing I noticed is between playing on easy and hard mode, the number of enemies. Like, they have more HP, sure, and they do a little bit more damage, but the big difference seems to be just the sheer volume of enemies that you fight on hard mode is absolutely enormous. It becomes way harder to manage. Like, I had some hilariously silly deaths on easy mode, but it's mostly because I was playing badly and not really paying attention to what I was doing, versus it being kind of like a real... I say a real death in the fact that, like... Yeah, I'm just going to put a bunch of points into dexterity at that level. Let's check this real quick. So we have... This one's not exclusive, but these two are. So we have Poison Ivy, which will do 24 damage per tick eventually, but it doesn't scale off anything. Or we can grab the healing. But if we grab the healing, we're wanting to stand in this ourselves. So we might want to grab the poison anyways, even though it doesn't do a ton of damage, and it will eventually probably fall behind because it doesn't scale. That's just my guess, by the way. I don't actually know that for sure. Also, what level are we? Level 12. Our next level of stuff, Expert, is at level 15. So we can still spend points. I think I am going to grab that. And then I wanted to upgrade this, because now at +2, that's actually, there's 5 stacks of bark skin. At +2, that means that we're actually getting like 10 strength, which does increase the strength of our arrows, and currently, as it stands, increases the strength of our sword as well. Although we will want a dexterity-based sword. We won't want to be equipping a dexterity-based sword soon, which I should check. It's currently equal. We have one more point. Increased damage to beasts, increased damage to bosses. Not too worried about... I mean, 10% to all beasts. It's gonna come up. There's a lot of beasts in the game. And in fact, that's technically 10% to all damage right now to what we're fighting. Because I imagine all of this stuff is beasts. That's an easy sell because of the fact that it will immediately benefit us. Wow, I actually noticed like a noticeable power difference there, because on top of getting a whole bunch of dexterity, which scales my damage, I also got this 10% extra damage on top of it, so it felt like a pretty big spike in damage increase, and suddenly this place is getting very easy. I say that, and you know, now that I've mentioned that it's easy, I'm probably going to get my butt kicked at some point. There's no torch here. There was a torch on each of the other corners. Interesting. Where does this go? The sewers again. Man, this place is an expansive freaking dungeon. That emptied more water out. I wonder where all this sewage water's going. Oh, this is the other side of the rebellion now. Yeah, I've been looking at this door for a long time. Interesting. Okay. So we kind of like semi-completed the sewers. Also, it's very interesting that the rebellion in the city shares the sewers with the wizard tower, which is, sorry, rogue tower, which is like on the other side of the sewers, or on the other side of the area completely. Like, so here's Fallow Fields, here's Superbia, here's the Thieves Tower, and these sewers apparently run between all of them. I don't know if it's intended to be lore, but like there's some questions there of like, who built these sewers and what were they built for? Because they're not just built for Superbia. These sewers are way too expansive to be for Superbia, but they are definitely sewers. They're not like something else. being used as sewers, or at least they don't appear to be. That's a breakable wall. Nice chest. Velvet gloves. Not better one than what I have. Ooh, that was satisfying. Okay, so that opened those 2 gates there. So I need to find a way into there now, which I think I see a way in. Yep, I do see a way in. Okay, let's go do it. Who would have known that the sewers, of all things, were going to be one of the most expansive, complex dungeons that I've run into in this game? It has been a lot. I mean that in a really good way. Like, this has been a lot of fun to have just such a expansive dungeon in the middle of my play. And it's felt like it's been a fully optional thing as well, which is, I don't know, I really like the optional stuff in games. But I can't go that way. Then why can't I get the gate down? That's interesting. Why would you be able to bring this gate down right there? Oh, you know what? I bet it brought this gate down too. So this might actually just be like a shortcut out of this area. No, but it wouldn't be a shortcut because I had to go around for it. I want to use the silver key. Gets us a silver plate, which is kind of ironic that I'm pretty sure the silver plate is worth the same or less than the silver key. Oh, maybe it unlocked these as well, because now I can come down here and have gotten that. I'm not sure what the purpose of that one was, but I'm gonna do a quick double check, but I think I've gotten everything here now. I don't see any last bits. Oop, where's torch there? Hiding. Oh, well, that area down there, but that, ooh, hey, I just noticed there's a secret wall here. That area down there is filled with skeletons that are very hard. 35 damage, not worth. The extra mana regen is not worth it compared to the fact that we get something better than mana regen right now. I need to go... How do I get out of here? I am... Okay, so if I had the hook shot, I could go across that little thing right there. But because I don't, I think I have to go up and around. Oh, there's still some stuff over here. Jeez, sewers just go on forever. I am going to spend my whole episode in the sewers. Wow. I expected to be doing the Thieves' Tower by now. I thought this was going to be a little jaunty side quest. Gold key. Well, that's kind of officially been worth it because I spent the gold key to get in here in the first place. So on top of everything I got here, you know, scroll knowledge, bunch of money, bunch of loot, bunch of experience, I also now have my gold key back. I think this is, yeah, this is the sewers. So right up there is the rebellion camp. So this is the part of the sewers near the rebel camp. It just occurred to me, but I was joking when I said, you know, you're welcome to comment every single time I miss a torch. I guess, you know, that's interaction, so thanks for commenting that many times, but I'm not actually OCD. I don't have to come back to the torches. I don't have to. I can stop at any time. Anytime. Okay, what is this? This opens this door. I think I've been over there already. See, I can't tell if I've been over there or not because there's torches not lit. And this is why we like the torches. funny. They can't go through doors. So I'm kind of doing a funny little door cheese on them. I'm gonna die. Well, they can go through doors. They just didn't want to, I guess. Go ahead and take a bunch of damage there, if you don't mind. Fortunately, I have some food. I also just remember that I have a antidote. If I'm about to take a lethal amount of poison, I can cure it. Yeah, I've kind of explored this part, but there is a part down there that I haven't explored. Never gonna want to see another maggot after this. I mean, not sure anyone wants to see maggots in the first place. But man, this is a lot of maggots. Am I in another area that I've been to before? I think I am. I think all of these connect now. Okay, so this is a silver key to open this, but I actually don't need to open this because that just leads to the skeletons again. And I don't really need to be going to the skeletons. So it looks like the only thing I'm missing is like that chest over there, which I obviously need a hook shot for. And then I need to manage to find my way back to the Thieves' Den. So I'll talk about there. Stop at any time. Which I think I actually just found my way back to the Thieves' Den. I think it's right here. Nine, 4, 2, 5, and the 5 is red. I'm not sure. Now that's a 6. Now it's a 7. Am I supposed to make them all green? Oh. They can't be the other number. So this one's probably 9. Yep. There we go. It's large sphere of mastery. What does that do? 2 skill points. That is fantastic. Okay, so this is all maxed out for now, more or less. How about our dodge? We use our dodge a lot. I think upgrading it to have more stamina cost, but faster cooldown is a good call. Let's see. This right over here is the Thieves' Den. So how do we get back there? We have to go this way. No, we have to go that way. Okay. I see the path. What is that? I just realized that there's an item back here. Seriously, it was cabbage. Not my cabbages. Okay. Well, that was 35 minutes of sewers. I don't apologize. It was, at least in my opinion, kind of cool. Just shows off the Hammerwatch's expansive freaking dungeons that they have sometimes. And now we get to fight in the Rogue Tower, which was last time we came up here pretty hard and filled with doors that are locked all over our place. Oh yeah, there's also the arena. Savings. I can front you 20,000, but you have to pay me back. No, thank you. I don't want to kill anyone for Lone Shark. We have this game going right now, but it'll be over soon. You're interested in a game? We have increased the price now to 1,500, but there's a 500 gold buy-in. Whew. And basically, I think you bet on which side's going to win. Interesting. I think I'll hold off for now because that would literally blow out all of my money immediately. What? I see no reason I would let you in here. Go back down and take part in the games or leave. And you better keep your big mouth shut in the future. Okay, you're going down. Those shield guys are going to be a problem. Yeah, I have archery too. What now? Ooh, I didn't replenish my potions. I'm gonna deal with those guys first before I go into that room. Fortunately, I have a bunch of keys, so I should be able to handle. Should be able to handle these guys. Okay, turn that off. So if you didn't see my last episode, the traps in this area are actually all manned by people. So if you can get into the rooms where they're manning the traps, like this one right here. That guy just ran across the floor trap and murdered himself. If you can get into the rooms, you can turn off the traps. That right there, it looks like a button, but it's actually like a wall trap there. I want to leave it off for now. Ow! Jeez. Robes suck. Jeez. Okay. I don't know if that heals me. I don't think it does. It does not. Trying to alpha strike the rogue there. Ooh. Puncturing studded what nows? Puncturing studded vambrances. I would lose my mana regen and HP regen, but I would gain attack speed. And I don't know what that armor shield piercing thing is. Armor penetration. That might be worth it because I do think that these guys have armor that I'm running into. Crossbow guys are very accurate. There we go. Man, that elite. Okay. I can do this. I'm sure there's a refresh here somewhere, right? Oh, shit. Is that a wizard? I think so. Okay. Parrying it doesn't super help because it still does damage. Through the fire effect. It's a good idea to break all these boxes because I'm getting bottles and stuff from breaking these sometimes. And bottles are pretty rare and expensive. So do these activate if there's no one there? They do still activate if there's no one in that room. Okay, so those I can't stop from activating no matter what. I want to get out from under that little roof there. Oh, this is not good. Whew. That could have been very bad very quickly. I was hoping that there was going to be something I could turn off inside of here, but it does not appear to be so. So I want to go this way, maybe? Turn this off? Okay, so that turned off the floor traps. Ow. Rogue got me. Can't break that. Another silver key. Big chest. That might actually be enough to level as well. Tome of Knowledge. And 2 attribute points. Hell yeah. I'm going to get 2 points in HP. Or strength, just for the HP, that is. And new sword, but it's not very good. How's this sword doing over here? Ironically, it's still 1 point behind. Even though it scales off dexterity. Is this a gold key door? It is, but I have a gold key. Hate not being able to see them. Oof. I'm out of mana. That's not good. Didn't manage to get any kills. Ooh. That was 2 very lucky parries. I parried the rogue's dagger, and then I parried the charge attack on the paladin guy. Well, I guess he's not really a paladin, but marauder, whatever. So a lot of times these keys in storyline dungeon places like this are actually like shortcuts through the place where you don't have to do the main thing. I don't really like that gladiator guy with a sap. It's rough. But even if it is a shortcut through this area, I will probably kind of like full clear this. This rogue dungeon anyways, this thieves tower. Because all of these guys have chances to drop gear. And that's pretty useful. Oh, looks like I can't get across there. So I might be done with this path for now. And I'm done with this path for now because I still need the hookshot for that as well. But we should be pretty close to getting a hookshot at this point. Now, how do you get there if these activate and these activate, even when there's no one in the room? It's really hard to parry and dodge those fighters on guesswork alone. I'm playing like super cautiously because I really don't want to die right now, and I don't have any healing whatsoever. Come on, come back here where I can actually freaking see you guys. Go. Burning through keys really fast, too. Can I, like, break them, maybe? Ooh, I can break them! Oh! That changes things. Wait, so does that mean I can trigger them, then break them? I can. Oh, I'm actually out of silver keys at this point. I don't really need in that room anyways, though. Do I have any... How many do I have of the other kinds? So I have 2 golds, and... Golds are like 600 apiece, so I need to be careful about when I spend those, but... It seems like most gold keys are worth spending. That was a good one. Ooh, that was actually very lucky of me there. I almost got netted into a fireball. Good to know that even whenever I'm disabled, I can still dodge. Okay, so there's a bronze key there, but it doesn't really net me anything. That guy just turned around and shot the ballista at me. What a jerk. What a jerk. Okay, so if I use a bronze key here, I actually don't have to do the ballista clearing on the opposite side. I won't do that. Bronze keys are not that much, so. That is a lot of enemies all of a sudden. And they're like all tanks. What the hell? The guy was going for the ballista. What a jerk. He's like, oh man, there's one ranger there. Might as well jump on this ballista meant for, like, fighting wars. Screw that mage. Here. Oh, look at that. That is exactly what I need right now. Don't you know that a wizard versus a mage is never really a good idea, dude? I just said wizard versus mage. Wizard versus a ranger. I don't really just want to fight the ranger on his own turn. Oh my gosh! I saw my HP disappear and I thought I died. But I actually leveled. Okay. What do we do? Do we take more Bart skin? Or do we take more Sword Slash? I think maybe we take more Sword Slash. Then I'm going to extend the reach as well. Been using Sword Slash a lot. How can he possibly reach me from there? Ah! Yep. I was so focused on the ballista that I actually just, like, walked into that guy. No joke. Okay. So now that I know that, so you can trigger this, and then just break it? Wow, that actually changes things a little bit. What's this? Silver ring. Oh, just some resistances. Useful, don't get me wrong. Ow. Lost, like, all of my bark skin there. Started taking a ton of damage. I want access to this room. It's like I go up around there or through here. Either way. He dropped like a smoke bomb poison cloud? Haven't seen them do that before. Ooh, hey. Secret wall. A new sword. Well, maybe a new sword. We'll see. 33 damage and chance to inflict freeze. We're fine. I don't really need to open that. I didn't think I was going to be able to dodge the fireball, so I just parried it instead. They're shooting ballistas at me. Jerks. Okay, got these guys cleared off the ballistas. That was an important step. Do I have anything I can cook? Don't worry about me, just, you know, cooking in the middle of a dungeon as I fight bandits to the death. Yep. How does that feel, getting parried into your death? Okay, second floor. Well, third floor, really. So this is the floor that required a lot of keys. So there's a chance we go back to town and get more keys. Because I used a lot of keys on the first floor. So we're going to be careful about what we open. I think a lot of this is completely unnecessary. We're going to explore what we can and then open only when we need to. So I want to get there because there's 2 green items in there. We're going to open this one. How many bronze keys do we have? 3 bronze keys. Oh, that's cool. He actually did fire damage to his friend there. So they have friendly fire to some degree as well. I appreciate that. Oh, that's a unique key. Okay. So we're looking for a key that looks like that, has like a J on it. But this did give me access to this area down here. So what's this first, before we go around the circle? It's the outside. Can I do the drawbridge? Okay. We're going to just leave real quick. I know that it's like right in the middle of this, but we're going to leave and we're going to go buy more keys. Also, I just realized what time it is, so I think we are going to buy keys in between matches or in between sessions, and we're going to go ahead and end off here because in between sessions I'll probably go around town. I'll sell a bunch of stuff that I've gathered. I'll rest up, do all that stuff, and upgrade my gear, and then kind of just inform you guys later of what all has been done. But this has been Hammerwatch 2. I've been Areima. Hope you guys have been enjoying it. If you are, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Just helps the channel grow. And I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.